EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present opening round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Today we're here at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo set to bring you all of the action for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. And Frank, what can the players expect from Wolf Creek?
Just a mesmerizing layout, Rich. You can see that from above. Straight driving is imperative out there today. You actually don't have to hit the ball a long way. The elevation on those tees is going to give you that extra distance on almost every shot. You can even take driver today.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait. And at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good looking birdie.
It's that sneaky distance.
Not quite enough on that one. Couple of feet short.
Yeah, hopefully he taps it in. Not his best, but hopefully it's just 2 putts.
Well, Frank, he'll drop at least one shot here. That was not his best effort.
No, poor is the easiest way to put that. He knows it.
Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. And let's go down to the 6th. With a key stretch of holes ahead, our featured golfer really has struggled in the early going, Frank.
Yeah, a few mistakes out there, unforced errors you might want to say. So really, attention to detail should be the concern right now.
Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot from 120. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. These putts keep the round together. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Now on to the par 4 7th hole. Is this a reachable par 4, Frank?
Distance-wise, you would think so, but the designer has 100 yards through the air if you're going to try and even drive this green. Is the risk worth it? Well, if you're just playing with your friends, maybe it is. Otherwise, you just lay it up just past those those bunkers on the right and the left. Get it down there on the flat. A little pitch you would think is simple, but because of the slope of this fairway, chances are you might not get a flat lie, and that's going to make that second shot that much harder.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Well, who knows? It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. Young star makes his birdie. Frank, I really like this hole, the par 3/8 here at Wolf Creek.
It measures just under 250 yards. Really what you want to know is, though, is the yardage just to the front edge of the green. Anything, obviously, that carries sort of 5 or 6 paces on there, then at least you've got a relatively big green to hit at. But you can see the trouble that surrounds short and left of this green, as well as just over the back.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Sensational shot right there, Frank.
Oh, you start beating your chest after a shot like that. That's the best we've seen into this hole to date.
That is another bogey. It's getting messy, Frank. Ouch. Finishing up this front side here at the par 4 ninth, 390 yards. And what are we looking at, Frank?
Well, it looks relatively straightforward, but it's anything other than that. Decision time again. Do you lay it up into that wide area of the fairway? If you're a longer hitter and you are out here to have a little bit of fun, then maybe you want to take the head cover off because you'll get a little bit of an advantage if you can drive it over that last bunker on that right side, or at least take that out of play because you're only going to have a short pitch in here.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Those are good numbers right there. 320, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Well, Frank, it's our job to get excited.
You can't. You can't when you leave it short, though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. What a day of golf we saw out there today, Frank. It was a lot of fun.
Wolf Creek is just an amazing experience, Rich. To imagine that they could build a golf course like this and let alone people could play it and have fun. Every shot's a different experience out there. I doubt you'd ever get another golfing experience anywhere in the world that would come close to this.
Nothing like Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada. So for my partner, Frank Nobilo, and all of us here at EA Sports, we say so long from Wolf Creek Golf Club. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present second round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. On the That was not a very good read right there. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep on one hole and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it, right? It didn't go past the miss. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
Okay. Still, Frank, it has been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey. From a par 3 to a par 5 here at the 12th. It measures 560 yards, a sweeping dog leg left, and there is some trouble down that left side.
This is a scary tee shot. There's no two ways about it, Rich. You've got to get the ball in play because you can really rack up a good score here. That water very much in play. Doesn't matter what club you decide to hit off the tee. 560 yards actually is reachable, believe it or not. But you've got to get it on the fairway. You don't really have to be too brave and try and take too much over there. The other thing, too, to consider about is this green is nearly half the length of an NFL football field. It's 55 yards from the front of this green to the back of the green.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
And getting ready for the putt. And he has it for birdie. Now to the 13th hole, and, oh, I don't know, should we just fly it over the mountains, Frank?
It looks like that, but then you better find dry land. 350 yards, but as the crow flies, it's probably just a little over 300 yards. I don't know if the mere mortals would really want to flash it across that desert ridge. You probably want to play a little left of it, have a little pitch up the hill, but if you're one of the longer hitters, why not just try it, see if you can make it.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
That would have been a real bonus had it dropped, but as it is, good putt. 11 feet away. Those are painful from that distance.
Yeah, just another one added to the card. Big mistake.
Trying to put this hole behind him quickly. Double bogey putt. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Good putt. Frank, describe the layout here at the 14th hole. It's 444 yards, and what a beautiful hole.
It is, and it's a beautiful view. You see everything from the top of that tee there. It's a hole that keeps bending to the left. There's enough bunkers down the left there to actually take your eye. That's why you've got to fixate on something in the distance that's a much better line than worrying about that wall of sand down the left side. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here.
This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Shouldn't be a problem here. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey.
A very quick exit, miscut. Not the only one there, but surprising.
The weekend now to regroup. Just didn't hit many good shots. EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present third round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Always some extra excitement when you get to the first major championship of the year, and here we are. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at Wolf Creek Golf Club in Mesquite, Nevada for the EA Sports Spring Invitational. Partner, this is a big one.
It certainly is, Rich, and being the first major of the year, you know the players are going to be a little bit more nervous. Anticipations of a great year are going to start right here this week at Wolf Creek. And you're going to have to make all those adjustments out there. Is your game ready? Can you adjust for the changes in elevation? And do you have the confidence to go all the way and pick up the first major championship of the year?
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. This, the second shot here at the par 4.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. Continues to roll the ball very well. 14th hole here at Wolf Creek. Time to pull out the driver and as well the phone, because you want to take some pictures here. What a spectacular view.
Stunning. You can see a whole panoramic sort of 360 degrees right around this golf course. Then when you flick back and actually look at the 14th hole, there's 6 bunkers, 3 really in play with the tee shot, as you can see. The other 3 just up by the green. Anything to the right of those is preferred, unless you want to be playing your second shot out of the canyon or the bunkers. Green should be fairly receptive, and 3 distinct portions, which is sort of a common trait here at Wolf Creek. That's sort of 3 different tier levels and that. But let's see, birdies are to be made at Wolf Creek, maybe even one here.
Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
Good question.
Little bounce in his step right now after that birdie, Frank.
Well, certainly should feel that way. That was some quality golf we've just seen. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols. growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my eye.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Well, not in contention, but in for par. So 2 holes left to play. Now the final par 5 on the course, 562 yards, the 17th.
The drive looks relatively straightforward, and I say that because there's a little creek down there that obviously you have to stay short of. But that's the fun part. They want to keep you back in an area where you go, can I hit the second shot across the stream, across the water, and still keep it on the green? And the answer is, I don't know.
Frank, they say you have to ride the wind. Well, he got all of that one.
Got every ounce out of the conditions.
From the heart of the fairway, 180 yards in. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wouldn't say that was his best, but not bad either. On the green and with a putt. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Always 2 components to the long lag putt, the speed, number 1, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. See if he can go 1 better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Did the job right there. Now the closing hole here at Wolf Creek. Frank, what's ahead of us?
You could try and drive at this green, but there's too much trouble, really, Rich. Even though this hole's just over 300 yards, it's very ambitious to try and drive it across that water. Some might try. Most people try and hit a tee shot 240, 250 yard mark, and of course you do the maths, you're only going to have 60 or 70 yards in, and well, they want you to finish on a good note. So a good drive in the fairway here, or 3-wood, pitch it on the green, make a 3, and buy your friends a drink in the clubhouse.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Settles in over the putt. And in for birdie. 1 round to go, a chance to win. What's that feeling like?
Oh, this is the fun part, knowing whether or not your body can handle the situation. You've got to push it to the limit, but that's what sport and golf is all about, trying to do something that you've dreamed of for so long.
EA Sports and the Wolf Creek Golf Club so proudly present final round coverage of the EA Sports Spring Invitational.
You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
I mean, this skill and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Starting the back nine on a sour note here with a drop shot. Bogey at the 10th.
Even par currently.
Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
We're here at the downhill par 3 11th hole. Frank, it's 215 yards from the back tee.
This hole certainly is not for the faint of heart. When you look at that tee shot, you think, oh my God, what do I do from here? But remind yourself, it's 215 yards and really only about 160, 170 yards to green grass again. But it's 215 yards. That should be the club that you're trying to pick. Green's big enough, just persuade yourself that. Try not to look at the canyon and the desert. There is a green down there. The hole is playable.
Frank, which way is this headed?
Judging by his body English, looks like it's heading a little right. There is a bit of green out there, though.
Early part of this second nine and a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie.
It's that sneaky distance. Oh, how did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center and getting ready for the putt. In for par. Frank, the par 5 12th is another case of a hole where you see that Wolf Creek Golf Club can actually be kind of scary, daunting. When you look out at the desert mountains and then you add in some water, which we have here on the left, and you can go for some big numbers here if you're not careful.
Well, this is where the Wolf and the Creek can take a bite out of you. You hit it left off the tee, then you're certainly going to start to rack up a number. There's enough fairway down the right, but once again, if you hit a good drive and this hole is reachable for you, then you've got to worry about the water, which is to the right of this green. 5 wouldn't be the worst score you could make around here, that's for sure. I've seen 6s and 7s.
Craig, it's a hard game to play from the high grass.
And that's where he's been more often than not today.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank, from the Middle East to here in Nevada, you've played desert golf around the world. What does it feel like?
Oh, it's fun. It's an oasis. Normally just the drive to a golf course. You're trying to imagine there can't be a golf course around here. Where could it be? Where all of a sudden is one going to pop up? And then over a mountain you go, there it is, a green oasis. And the other thing about desert golf, they look so perfect in amongst that because the backdrop around really makes the golf course itself pop.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Now on the green has about 10 feet left there to save par. These putts keep the round together. That is a painful miss right there. and a bogey, drop shot here at the 13th. Has this now for bogey. So not his best work. He'll walk away with a bogey. Now to the 14th hole, and Frank, this is probably the best par 4 here at Wolf Creek.
Well, it's certainly the hole that they take the most photographs on, Rich, and you can see why. Great vantage point of the whole golf course. The hole's just sort of littered with bunkers down the left side, so you know where not to go once again. Go to the right side of that. Hole just keeps sort of hooking around that left side. It plays under 450 yards. It's fun. Just sort of draw it a little off the tee, draw it a little into the green, and you'll be fine.
Birdie try up next. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
So a tester from 4 feet. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
He's made it. Here at the 15th hole here at Wolf Creek, bit of a breather here. Nice, short par 3. You don't want to miss this green.
No, that's the temptation there. If you try and bite off a little too much because it looks a little too easy, then a bogey here and you're in a bad mood all of a sudden at Wolf Creek.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Shouldn't be a problem here. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, another good scoring chance.
If you can avoid the confusion off the tee, it looks like the hole might be a dogleg, then is it a carry? It meanders from one way to the other, but really when you actually break the hole down, it's virtually straight ahead. Those two bunkers in the driving distance, they frame the hole nicely, so play it as a straightaway par 4. It should set up beautifully for just a little short iron and perhaps a birdie opportunity.
Well, now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Had a birdie here yesterday, in there close. Great opportunity for another one. He really likes this hole. Made birdie yesterday. Can he do it again today? Frank, that is painful.
I mean, all you got to do, just hit it. Just hit it.
Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Frank, you licking your chops here at the par 5, 17th hole?
Oh, why not? A chance to reach a par 5 and 2, but there's still pitfalls in front of you. A little creek or stream runs across the fairway. So really limiting the distance you can hit that tee shot, but it's still reachable from just short of that creek. Find trouble off the tee, then obviously you turn it into a 3-shotter. But a good tee shot, and it's too tempting to resist not going for this green.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Settles in over the putt. Well, hello there. That's an eagle.
Might be languishing in the middle of the pack, but at least celebrate that.
18th hole, and Frank, again, a good scoring opportunity. Short par 4.
Yeah, if you looked at the scorecard, you'd think you could drive this green, but one quick look at the trouble in front and to the right of the screen, and you realize that's probably not the prudent play. Really, something 230, 240 yards off the tee in that vicinity is going to leave you just a flick wedge into this green. It is a rather narrow green, but from that distance, you'd expect to hit it close.
Playing it point to point. Fairway off the tee, fairway on the second shot, and now a really good angle to attack. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, you know what gets me about this game? Here a person makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke, and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you could breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live first-round coverage of the Boston Championship. We're here at TPC Boston in Massachusetts. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the action. And Frank, how does this course set up for the golfers out here today?
Well, Gil Hands and Brad Faxon, they did a lot of changes a few years back to sort of open up some of the driving areas. Consequently, you see there's a little bit more of a reward for the longer hitters. Fairways aren't really as tight as what you'll see on some other golf courses. Long and straight certainly gives you a big advantage at TPC Boston.
This is host of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That's a tournament that is part of the FedEx Cup playoffs. That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Can't hide the flag stick from that man.
Even par currently.
You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy. Featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Safely on deck.
On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Could use this, a putt for par. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. If you're just tuning in, it has been a good one. Let's get you caught up as we go down to hole number 14. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. We're also seeing more long putters in the game.
Yeah, there's a choice. If you don't feel comfortable with a normal grip and you've got a few nerve issues, then you can, well, use a longer version, jam it in your chest, have a different fulcrum point.
On the green, short, but plenty of real estate between the ball and the hole. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Not a gimme, but well within his range. So a good birdie, and the score looks good too. 2 under for the tournament. Now at the par 4 15th, what do you think of this hole, Frank?
Oh, I love the strategy involved here. It's not just necessarily a driver off the tee. Smart play often comes on top here because it's a second shot hole.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
They're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
That's the end of round one, and we saw a lot of good golf out there today, Frank.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the Boston Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. We're at the TPC Boston in Massachusetts. Frank, this is a really good-looking golf course.
Fun golf course too, Rich. Starts off with a relatively soft par 4, not very long, and then, of course, the fourth hole. You remember that on TV. It's a drivable par 4. 5, really, this beautiful dogleg left par 4. I think it's one of the prettiest holes on the golf course. Reminds me of Sunningdale in England. 7's a par 5. 2 good hits. You might be able to get home. Don't talk about the 9th to Phil Mickelson. Never really likes that hole at all. He's made a mess of it over the years. Good finish there at 18, but really, if you want to look at maybe a tough stretch in the back 9, 13, 14, if you make a couple of pars through there, then you've done well.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Well, that'll put the smile back on the face.
This is a pretty sizable par 5 here, Frank, the 7th.
But it's reachable. There's some mounds down there. If you keep it down the right side, hopefully that tee shot can kick it a little forward. And then that green angled at about 45 degrees, very reachable.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Second shot.
Frank, straight uphill with this approach shot, what do you have to factor in terms of club selection and setup over the ball?
Well, you're going to have to take at least an extra club to make up for that added elevation. And also, it's tougher to get onto that front foot. Surely not.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Now to the par 3 8th. And Frank, what's the best way to go here?
Hit your best, and then you're looking at making 2.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. That is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Shouldn't be a problem. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Real golfers, by the way, do not eat tuna sandwiches at the turn. They eat a hot dog, right?
Well, yeah, but if you make a mess of 9, then you're making hamburgers.
And safely on the fairway.
Once again, a good lie. That makes such a difference. Takes so many variables out of play.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round.
Sneaking into contention here with that birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're back on a beautiful fall day here at the TPC Boston, getting set to kick off the action here on the back 9. Strong winds continue to be a factor. Frank, I know you've played all over the world. How much did you enjoy the challenge of playing into a stiff breeze?
Well, it was a chance to separate yourself from the rest of the field, Rich. Just like these conditions we're seeing right now. You've really got to be smart. Pick the right shot. If you get too aggressive on a day like today, you'll pay a far more severe price than normal.
Club selection obviously is crucial.
Oh, it's imperative today.
Take an extra club or two, choke down.
Very much so.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now he'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
And he's made the green. Thing about TPC Boston, it generates fireworks. It's that kind of course, and we saw it today.
Yeah, and you can compare yourself, or you just have, with the best in the game because they play there every year.
No doubt about it, my friend. And for all of us here at EA Sports, alongside my partner Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner saying, until next time. EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Boston Championship. Hello again and welcome. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. It is a excellent looking shot here. So in a good spot now, fairway again, and a good opportunity to make a birdie here on the par 5. Second shot, good look at the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par. Which has been a very good workmanlike performance.
I don't know. I just got it today. This jump came in like 2015. They don't have a new one out here.
Frank, they renovated the par 5 second back in 2010. What'd they do to the hole, and how does it play now?
Well, they changed the green, especially the left side. There's a huge mound there now. It's still a driver off the tee, but before you could bail out on the left side,
if he make a comeback there,
you can't bail out anymore. It's a devilish of a chip over that mound.
Those chocolate drop mounds give the course a really nice look.
Yeah, they just pop. And you can see them, and you know that they're problematic.
You were bumming this week, though.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Yeah, lately.
You still in Durham?
Yep. I've been playing on Fortnite lately.
I see.
That's been kind of fun. Even though I suck.
I heard you gotta have a team though.
Yeah, pretty much. 2019.
This joint came out in 2015 and it's still $50. It must be, I guess, the best thing they got on the market though.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I got the joint today. I ain't even download the online features. I just said I'm gonna do PGA Tour. I wonder how you can play online because I wonder can you get like 5 people and just go through a round of 18 like that. That joint be fun.
Probably so. Yeah, I play. I just downloaded Warcraft.
Oh, you do everything digital now? Oh my God!
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
Dang, man, I need to eat.
From the rough, and use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. It's good for birdie.
Dad, go!
The world is dead center.
I've got no idea how that managed to.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. And he makes it for par.
You gotta understand though, I'm an amateur going against pros. I ain't even turned pro yet.
They gave this golf course when they remodeled it. This is a pretty good example here at the third hole.
Yeah, that stone wall behind just sort of makes the golf course look like it's been there forever. They have tweaked the green a little bit on that left side, created a little bit of a ridge. You can sort of play the ball off.
Who's got a hole in one?
And that's how the game is played. Right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up.
A hole in one? When you hit it from the start and it goes in at one time, it only took one shot to hit. You know what a hole in one is?
Yeah, this time, I want to get him in the top 10.
Man, no, I thought you was a sports dude, man.
All right, Frank, now at the fourth hole, this is a chance to flex the muscles. It's a drivable four.
It is. Well worth the go, but just be careful. If
Nah,
you fair one
it's
a
not a
little
birdie.
right, just right of those 3 bunkers, it's a little bit of a hazard.
No, it's not, man.
Oh, I like that.
No. If the par is 4 and you hit it in 3 tries, that's a birdie. But if the par is 4 and you hit it in 4 tries, that's par.
Frank, that baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well.
If the par is 3 and you hit it in, if the par is 2, if the par is 5 and you hit it in 3 tries, that's an eagle.
This is way too much.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he
I ain't
makes
got
this.
it. I got download.
Hit it. Lining this one up for par.
I ain't got no space on my PS4.
Good roll. Frank, now a beefed up par 4. This is the 5th, 466 yards long.
Prettiest hole on the golf course. Nice, gentle dog leg left. There's a bunker down the left side about 300 yards, and then there's a run out at 350.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway.
I don't know what happened.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops. You're a good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers
You got a
are
roommate now?
being played. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This is a good-looking shot. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Oh, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Birdie putt coming up. The par on this hole
Yo,
yesterday.
you in the lobby, bro?
And with that birdie, moving into the top 5 on the leaderboard.
And starting to notice the name.
Ready now at the 6th. It is a tricky 465-yard par 4.
Yeah, hit it through the chute. Water comes into play a little bit down the left if you're a long hitter.
Okay.
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
So a chance for birdie.
Dang, I need the birdie.
Another solid approach shot.
It's an awkward length.
He's a rat pass, nigga. GG. GG for it.
Nice birdie right there.
Could not have come
What?
at a good time.
What are you talking about?
Third place now.
Doing what?
Just a
Good
great golf.
nigga. You just throwed it like
That's a round to
What's up?
remember.
air on it.
Not often you play that well and you feel like you were head and shoulders above the rest of the field.
What a thrill to watch. And for Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
I really was. I was late on the gun. That's what my. Hey, yo. What we going to?
It don't matter.
I just want to shit.
You traded your COD in?
No, I still got it.
Good.
Might as well play that.
Man, that don't too hard.
EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Boston Championship. Well, Frank, just a great day to be in New England. You can see the leaves are changing colors. Autumn in this part of the country is really nice. Always nice, Frank, to put the peg in the ground coming off a birdie.
This game's all about reward. And we just saw that back there. Now,
I
can we
laid
be
it
rewarded
up at the
2
bottom.
holes in a row?
Yeah, close. I don't got no gun.
Even. And the nigga changed, bro.
Run.
I'm a high though, right now.
Where you at? Run downstairs.
I did run upstairs, but I ran to a damn dead end. I ran to a dead end. So, like,
Oh, yeah.
when I come back from there, I gotta go past like the nigga did. Go past like the nigga I just saw. Go back into you. We'll try to go. She ain't coming! You coming? Yeah, run. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Damn.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I know it's 2 of them that I
All
thought
right,
it
the
was.
winds are starting to pick up. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. What's the right way to approach it?
Well, you've really got to find out, first of all, the direction of the wind. And you have to be certain
You
of it
got
right
far
now.
away, bro.
And plus, if there's a gust, that's something you can't, you've got no control over.
I gotta turn this shit up. I couldn't hear that. You gotta hear the footsteps
Just what you want. In the right position on this par 5 in the fairway. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
I would have
That is classy.
There's a chance of going in.
Par yesterday. Now for birdie.
This week,
Alright, we're gonna go to let's go to Snobby.
Seems to like it. Headed for the back part of the green. See if you can get this one to drop here on 16
We're
for
not
a
even
birdie.
here.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy.
Not like a pretty apple. It should be weird. It was heavy balls. The hell? He's right here with you. We'll show you right now, bro.
That shit happened to me in Memphis the other day.
Almost fell, just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
Putt for par. Needs one.
Matter of fact, I could just
He'll
quit.
take par and move on. Just 2 holes left to play here at TPC Boston. Frank, we're on to the 17th, and what can you tell me about this 412-yard par 4?
It looks like a dogleg left, but you don't play it that way. Hit it straight down towards that bunker on the right side. Then the second shot's downhill.
So BJ, like you tell right now, like you still like you still an amateur.
Yeah, I've only been playing the game for like 3 hours. Yeah, I ain't turned pro yet.
It's a good spot right there.
I don't know.
Seen it go.
First time playing the game.
That's it, Chris.
That's an absolute beauty.
Again,
He's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green.
Golf game, bro? That shit got Tiger in it?
Yeah, he on it. Thing about it is, though, you know, when you buy them, if you don't like it, you can, in 7 days, you can take it back and get refund.
You gotta buy Tiger Woods?
Sneaky distance.
Oh.
That hurts.
We're going over
A nice
there.
firm stroke, just hit it through the break a bit, Frank.
You can't birdie them all. Still going along well.
Hey,
Just a couple of feet.
why you jump so early?
Takes care of business there.
Solid stroke.
Frank, the 18th here at TPC Boston. This is one of the most exciting finishing holes in golf.
It was changed a couple of years ago, and it's such a better hole now. 2 little bunkers right in front of you, 270 yards. If you want to like a
Yo, don't go to the bunker! Don't go to the bunker!
Bubba Watson can carry that.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker.
You see that little,
Missed the fairway.
you see that little
Fairway
thing that looked
bunker.
like the ground missing? Go to that.
Left isn't too high. Good swing here. Still shouldn't be a problem.
Man, bro, you want
Out of the sand and back on the fairway.
Try to
Good
run
shot.
over there,
Just
bro.
really utilized that little bit between the ears. Realized he couldn't reach the green, and instead opted for fairway.
Over there.
He used to be what they call a commercial player, very solid. That's a nice approach shot. 15 feet away. Good chance for birdie. Made par yesterday.
Are you
This one
kidding
for
me,
birdie.
bro? Hey, sit over here.
Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Over
Yeah,
there,
pace.
too.
You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good work right there. They settle for par. Frank, we did see some good golf out there today, but others really struggled.
Yeah, any
I know how to
competitive
make a,
player wants to win. We don't
trap
doubt that,
team.
but
That shit
we know
is
you're
good.
not going to win them all. So it's still important for every golfer to continue to gain experience,
Make it-
to actually
make a
get
tunnel,
something out of
build a
each and
tunnel.
every tournament they play.
Mad traps in that shit. If you gotta put mad loot, you gotta put mad guns and shit in that shit. Laying there for shit. Getting shit. Oh my God. How's that serious, nigga? That's funny. Nigga, that's how you catch bodies, nigga. All types of bodies. Oh. Yeah, I do that too. I get down with that too. Who? Who? Yeah, I'm in the same vicinity as you. I ain't in the same building. Yeah. when that happens. Damn. That's crazy. I had a mound. This is mound in my bag. Oh, I don't know what that shit is.
What did you do with it when you found it in the car?
It's in here somewhere. It's up here. Oh, I got a trap. Let's go.
You said you got a trap?
Yeah. Hey, yo. Yo, we got a dip, man. Yeah, we
You
definitely
a trap bully?
dip, bro.
Why? Why?
Just dip.
I
Bro,
see something inside the house.
man, fuck that shit, bro. We gotta go mad far. We gonna be pulling the storm.
Like, do you need something?
Yeah, I dip, bro.
Yeah, you like trap.
This shit
It
is
hurt my
bad as
eyes
hell.
just looking at it.
This shit is bad as hell. I don't like airbags. I think they for girls. That's just my opinion. I don't like airbags. They for girls to me. They like that nigga buying a low top Paparazzi.
What is that? You gotta have something that color on it. That's gonna look stupid. Don't try to wear that with like a
I wouldn't try to wear that shit, period. Hey, yo, what is you doing?
Huh?
Yeah, chicks will wear that shit.
Oh, shit. See which one?
Oh, you see somebody?
See it. I got some slurp over here.
I got some already. Yo, you vlogging? Oh, you don't want that?
No, that's me, bro. Yo,
Oh, my fault. I think you ain't want it, bro. That's the best shotty on this one. That shit one shot kill, bro. If you close enough. If you close enough, hell yeah. Yo, we about to be caught.
You pop out was good as shit. I don't know, like, how the hell, like, I live in the middle, right? But we got one pop out. On the north side.
Where?
Yeah, let's go to tomato time. Nah,
Where?
fuck tomato. That shit not in a circle.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, live opening round coverage of the players.
Okay.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Birdie try up next.
Even par currently.
Well, Frank, it's our job.
Oh, come on, video game.
You can't when you leave it short. Though.
I'm sad.
He's making my job hard.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, that's a par. Onward we go. And if you're a couple of shots behind on Sunday, that final round, you're thinking about 3, and that's possible, isn't it?
Well, history's shown it has, Rich.
Fuck them bandages, bro. What fucking wrong? Them niggas shooting over there, bro. Ah, they shooting crazy somewhere. Right there. Right there. 2 of them niggas, bro. Oh, they see us.
You want to get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18 with a chance. 16 is the reachable par 5. You can make eagle there. And then the final 2 holes, you just want to steer clear of trouble. Though, with bold play, and you mentioned it with Craig first, you could make birdies.
It really is a case of mind over matter when you look at those holes. You're right. If you took away the water, you'd think they're 3 nice holes.
Told you,
It
nigga.
wouldn't be the same. You intimidate the player as he plays 15. He's well aware of
Get
the
out of
course
here.
of the 3 holes.
Run.
It looks like you came over just a little
Run.
bit.
That wasn't pretty, but it's still gonna get away with it.
Huh?
That's good work right there.
I needed
Just
an
a
eagle.
tap. These putts keep the round together.
Let's go get that fucking balloon, bro. I need guns. I don't got shit.
It happens sometimes, Frank. They don't all drop.
No, but you try
Oh.
telling him right now.
Fuck.
He has this intent for par. Still even par for the day.
Let's go to the jail.
Frank, a couple different ways to
yeah,
watch
bro.
golf as a fan. You could follow your favorite player for a number of holes, or you can park yourself in one spot. I think one of the better ones is the hill behind the 17th at TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, and that's why the reaction of the fans is so different. If you followed that player the whole way around, you lived and died on every shot he's hit. Meanwhile, if you stuck at a hole, you want to see some tragedy, you want to see some great shots, and consequently you get that divergence of different type of fan.
Yo, see y'all!
This is a good-looking shot. Frank missed the green off the table.
But this is certainly a tricky little shot coming up here at par 3.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
And this is here. Right here. This shit is finished, bro. Nah, we good. Hold on, come on. Nah, we good in here. Where you going? Oh, this shit's still open.
And he's made the green. And getting ready for the putt. Has his par.
You ain't Trump.
Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards.
Yeah.
Now he just needs one final good swing here. The approach shot to the last.
So you got
That green
press
started to
circle.
look a little smaller than what it did earlier in the day.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
No problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot in there. Easy birdie.
Wow, I thought it was just off the mark by a fraction.
If I had more traps, it would have been better.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.
I knew that shit was gonna happen.
This is like.
I can barely drive at nighttime now.
Where the hell you at? This is like. This is like super weird. I've never had this right before. This is like super weird. I've never had this right before. This is like super weird. I've never had this right before. This is super weird.
How was it weird? Man. Your connection is so bad, yo. They're like, it won't let me look at it.
NBC Golf Channel
This one.
on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the
Bob!
FedEx Cup. Today, it's live second-round coverage.
Bob,
of the
you got your hat
players.
done.
There really is nothing like it in
Bob.
golf. The stadium course at TPC
You ain't gonna talk to
Sawgrass
me?
went to the Players' Championship.
No.
Winner alongside Frank Nobilo.
Why you ain't
What a
gonna talk to
golf
me?
course, Frank. And obviously the most
You wanna see
famous
what I'm
hole
doing?
is that little island, par 3,
Look.
17th. And it's the ultimate hold your breath moment. When that ball is airborne on a Sunday afternoon, you don't know.
Bob.
Wet or dry, victory
What you been doing all day?
or agonizing defeat.
It's certainly a great temptress, and it's fitting in this golf course that was created for two reasons.
You being
One,
worrisome?
It was created to
You being
be a
worrisome?
cliffhanger of sorts and to test the great players of the world. And of course, it was built with natural viewing in mind. So it's the
Yeah,
perfect
Bob-
stadium
yeah, you
venue
Bob.
for this championship.
You hang up on me, I ain't gonna talk to you till you come back. Well, I know you gonna eat. You stay hungry. Where your milk? Where your milk at? Where your milks? Where your milks? Look at you, got your little hair all twisted to the side. What the world you doing? Look at you. Say something about some mitts, you put it all in your face. You gonna tell me night night? I said night night. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna remember this. Night night, man. I'm gonna burn that baby. All right now. Y'all have a good night. All right. But nah, like I was saying, yo, it's your connection's so bad that it will not let me look at what you posted. That's pretty funny. But you know, I don't understand how weird it is. I don't know what you mean by that.
Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my own.
Looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow through.
Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
That would be a great look at birdie. Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
This for par. In for par.
Just to give you a little bit of doubt on judging your distance. That's fine.
Just what you want in the right position on this par 5 in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
You even want to start any of this. Like, my service really sucks. Like, I hate it.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
I told you my service was bad in the first place before, you even want to start any of this. Like, my service really sucks. Like, I hate it.
Why you gotta make that face? But I got you. How your back feeling, man? How your back feeling?
Put on last. A birdie. A lot of excitement here. Let's take you out to the action once again at the 13th. Steady play, good enough to get to the weekend, but Frank, is it good enough to get to the top of the leaderboard?
I think a lot will depend on what happens on Saturday, but you know, right now there's enough good in the game. I'm just curious why we're not seeing the spark.
Try up next. Frankie's going for 2 birdies in a row.
If he can knock this one in, then that's certainly going to help the confidence.
So a good birdie, and the score looks good too. 2 under for the tournament. And through the years, Frank, it has gotten the best of the best, hasn't it?
We've seen Tiger Woods hit it left. We've seen Vijay Singh hit it left. We've seen so many players in the water down the left. Conversely, many a championship's been lost by hitting the ball up in the mounds on the right.
You take 4 here and run the 15?
I would sprint.
Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to
I'm
move
tired
that
of
ball
you
to the left.
saying the words throw up. It's pretty nasty. You just keep saying throw up and stuff. I got you, man. Gotta stop taking that pounding, man. That's why you're back like that, man.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. And the green in regulation. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. If you're just joining us, we're at the 15th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 449-yard par 4. Frank,
all I
what's
did
in
was
store
change
here?
it from
One of the prettiest tee
what
shots
the,
on the golf course,
it was
Rich.
a
Once
greeny
again, coming
moly
out of a
face.
chute of trees.
I just changed it
bunker
from the
down
greeny
right
moly
side.
face to like a
Really, you
little
want to hug
gift.
that
So
right
like,
side, though.
I
Gives you a
wouldn't see
better
the greeny
entry
moly
into
face.
this
It ain't
green.
nothing like I did anything. I just changed the way it looked. What you doing over there? Why I keep hearing like you watching TV or somebody in the room or something? What you got going on over there?
This one's sweet, Frank. Super. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
This is when this game just looks like fun. The bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Mark that as a birdie on the card. So that is the end of the second round. I can't wait to get back at it tomorrow, Frank.
We got a great leaderboard right now, Rich. So many players in contention. Golf course, there's enough blend of good and hard holes. Really, it's up for grabs.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Players. Welcome once again to TPC Sawgrass for the Players. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action. And Frank, the 17th hole is always the place to be during this great championship.
It certainly is, Rich. The energy, as we know, each and every year has just been electric at 17. And
we're off and running here. Let's take you down to the action at hole number 1. Warm-ups are done, first 2 rounds in the book, and Frank, this is where careers are made, on the weekends at these kinds of championships.
this is also what you hope for, too, in professional golf. You know you've got your good stuff. We've seen that through the first 2 days. Put yourself in great position. Just 36 holes to go. You're looking at that first hole and what the weekend might unfold. That's the beauty of this game.
Beautiful looking shot right here. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards.
Safely on deck.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Headed in the right direction with that birdie.
Sneaks into the top 10. It's a good move this week.
Second hole, it's a par 5.
You can think birdie or eagle off this tee, and we've seen a lot during the Players' Championship. Once again, you have to move that tee shot right to left. But be careful of those pines.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Second shot.
And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot.
It's at sneaky distance.
Can't leave an eagle putt short.
Now listen, anytime I left it short, I didn't tell anybody.
Don't tell me.
What a birdie. Now just a handful of players in contention.
Frank, a nice mix of holes to start. So here we go with a par 3 at the 3rd.
Very narrow at the front of the screen, and that bunker too, you don't actually see it off the tee, the back left bunker, and it sneaks into that left side. So if that flag is on the left, just be careful.
Nothing wrong with that one. Only about 15 feet away and a chance for birdie. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this. Just moving that much closer to the leader now, Rich.
Hole number 4 here at TPC Sawgrass. 384-yard par 4 deep fairway bunker to the right of the landing zone. You want to avoid that. What else is there to look out for, Frank?
Those huge mounds on the left, they're just as penal really as the bunker on the right. So this is one where you have to pick an object in the distance. Really focus on that.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, the second here at the 4th is a dangerous shot.
Once again, this is another example of where you have to look at the green. Where exactly is the flag? If it's on that high portion, you've got to fly all the way back.
And hide the flags hidden from that man. Just a couple of feet.
ain't no one.
That birdie has to feel even better, Rich, with everything so tight at the top.
Right in the middle of a Donnybrook at this point. Now to the 5th. This long par 4 thought to be one of the most difficult holes on the front side here at the TPC Sawgrass.
Yeah, if you've got plenty of length in the bag, you can almost take it directly over the bunker on the right. But if you're not as long, you have to air down that left side.
Frank, as players get set for the second shot here at the 5th, what are they thinking?
You have to be precise with the second shot. You miss it long and left. Very, very difficult chip there. You call short and right. In amongst those moguls in the bunker, it's tough to get it up and down.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Frank, in golf, there's nothing quite like the final round of a hotly contested championship, and this one could be a doozy.
And there's nothing quite like that leaderboard I'm looking at right now. We are going to have some amazing golf. This one is going to have to be won.
I'm in 10th.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the players. We're at the TPC Sawgrass in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, for one of the game's most prestigious titles, the Players' Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Excellent looking shot here. Frank, what's the key on this approach here at the 15th?
Well, knowing exactly where that pin placement is, Rich. There's mounding, there's that little gut out of the right side of this green. If you miss your mark here, that ball can easily finish 30 or 40 feet away.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach. Now, a really good look at first. Shouldn't be a problem here. Oh, yeah, he's made it for a birdie.
I mean, it is about in my room, but my TV is on.
Frank, fans watching, they love excitement in the game. 16's an exciting hole, isn't it?
Well, that's where you get it, because you hear the roars. You start to see the big crowds that go all the way around 16, 17,
She don't
and 18.
snitch either.
You feel where you
But she
are in the
definitely
tournament,
don't
too. A movement that
She
starts
don't
at 16
snitch
can
either,
be carried all
but
the
she
way to the
definitely don't
clubhouse.
snitch. It really made no sense at all. Turn the camera around.
It's fine.
Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing, too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Frank had hit the green, but he just didn't have enough backspin.
So you know what he's thinking on that.
Why you laughing so hard, man? This nigga can't get nothing out laughing so hard. Joker here, right here, bro.
See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. If you're wondering, and I know you are because we're at the 17th. 44 balls in the water here in 2013, 28 in 2014.
That's when the wind laid down, Rich. If the wind gets up, that number will escalate.
So look out, this could be wet, Frank.
Yo!
That ball is wet. So hit the previous side of the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. So Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
So toweled off.
What the hell wrong with this water?
Ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Has to regroup, playing his 5th shot after hitting it in the water.
It's not all lost. Once again, check the yardage, check the wind, start again.
This is a good-looking shot. It happens. You have a tough hole. Time to pick up and move on after the triple bogey.
I mean, it was funny because bring me some sheets.
Now to the final hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4. Frank,
got
is
to
this
talk
one of
about
the toughest finishing holes on the sport?
Chunkiness.
It is, because
PAKT.
the simple reason
You
you
want
played
something at
17
12
holes
o'clock at night?
and the job isn't done yet.
You can't be getting on the eat with a back hurting like that. Just lay that back. Can't be doing that. And for old girl to be able to snitch, that means she gotta know me. So why you laughing so hard? She know me.
This is a position where the player is absolutely licking his chops, so a good chance to make a birdie.
This is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Yo!
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
Stop rolling.
Frank, that reminds you of maybe what, the greatest bunker player of all time? These putts keep the round together. Wow, that's disappointing. Chance to get too deep in one hole, and you leave it short.
Well, the good thing is he didn't miss it.
So another tournament in the books, Frank.
This nigga just
What'd you
keep
make of this
laughing,
one?
man.
Quality venue once again, Rich. The standard of courses was
You don't need no sheets, though,
excellent,
man.
and consequently,
You wanna
it's
eat you
enabling the
apples
players
from
to
banana.
really play some great golf.
There's some
So
work or something.
I think golf's the winner today.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. It's opening round coverage of the United States Open Championship. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo here to call the action for EA Sports at the U.S. Open Championship. We are at Chambers Bay in University Place, Washington. And Frank, this does not look like any U.S. Open golf course that I have seen.
No, it's quickly getting the respect of many of the golf pundits and writers out there as just this wonderful blend of links and parkland-style golf. It presents so beautifully to the eye, but also it challenges every aspect of your game. And really, you couldn't want for anything more than that when you were going to play a major championship.
Designed by Robert Trent Jones II, breathtaking views of the Puget Sound as well as the Olympic Mountains. Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpet.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11.
Well, the stats say that is a green hit in regulation, but it's not yet a par on the card. Very tough putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
See the frustration, almost kicked his putter head right there. With a drop shot here at the fourth.
Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer.
And that one just didn't go in. So, 2 over par for the round. Now the 5th hole here at the U.S. Open, and Frank, quite a dramatic tee shot.
Everything's really in front of you. You can see it from the elevated tee, bunkers left and right. That's not really the problem. One of the problems is that bunker just short, smack bang in the middle of this green. So the chances of flying that bunker and stopping on this green down breeze are probably next to none. So you're going to have to go in right or left of that bunker.
Wow, he moved that a long way right in the fairway. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, I think, cleaning up here for par.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. And let's go down to the 6th. With a key stretch of holes ahead, our featured golfer really has struggled in the early going, Frank.
Yeah, a few mistakes out there, unforced errors you might want to say. So really, attention to detail should be a concern right now.
That is just a beautiful shot.
Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Can't hide the flag stick from that man. Settles in over the putt. Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
It doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
Well, Frank, this is what a U.S. Open is all about. A long, tough par 4 up the hill.
Yeah, just a beast. And it's a dogleg right on top of that. There's more humps and bumps and all this than a dermatologist would ever dream of down there.
So another good result, playing this one as it should be played, right down the middle, in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Nice approach shot. We'll be happy with that. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Just trying to keep this round on track. Past that putt, stays at 1 over. Frank, we know we're at a U.S. Open. 500-yard par 4s, and here are better than 600-yard par 5 at the 8th.
Yeah, you need a missile really off the tee to be able to reach this par 5 and 2, and not a single bunker really on this on this
like he
hole.
don't know what
So
milk
this is
is.
just long
And
every stretch of the way.
why you don't need no
The
bananas?
fairway actually looks a little bit narrower than what it is. There's a little bit more flair than actually what meets the eye
What you want
first.
from shoes?
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Setting up for an approach shot here.
Rich, so often we've seen weird things happen at the U.S. Open. The late Payne Stewart, the ball moving on the 18th green. Too often they push the player closer and closer to the edge, but it's often what defines a champion in our sport.
Well, I think at a U.S. Open, the USGA is testing a player as much mentally, psychologically, as they are physically. And inherent in that is the idea that golf wasn't always meant to be fair. How do you deal with that bad break? You're going to let it affect you the rest of the round, or you're going to put it behind you and continue to move forward? The U.S. Open to me, Frank, has always been about kind of the climb up Everest. It's not going to be easy. There will be setbacks along the way. The idea is to make it to the top of the mountain.
And that's why when they etch that name on the trophy, it's there for more than one reason.
So a chance for birdie after another solid approach shot. See if he can get something going here. 2 straight birdies. Man,
They just pushed it.
boy, that hurts. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Oh, I thought he had that. Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. Your 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Frank, this is just an embarrassing performance.
There's no crying in golf, Rich.
Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now.
You weren't gonna get nothing from Sheets. I was just asking. But you could have just said bananas make me sick to my stomach. Not necessarily that bananas make me throw up. You didn't say throw up enough tonight. I think I'm done with that word possibly till the end of the year. I'm good. I'm good on throw up for 2018 right now. Ah!
I was just being honest. And let you know.
EA Sports and the United States Golf Association are proud to present a national championship. Today, it's live second-round coverage of the U.S. Open Championship. Hello again and welcome to the U.S. Open. Rich Loader alongside Frank Nobilo here at Chambers Bay, where those massive rolling fairways, the towering dunes, unpredictable coastal winds. What a test, Frank, for the best players in the world.
That's right, and it's going to be the first time these professionals are going to play it. We've seen it host a U.S. Amateur in the past, and this is a daunting test, especially if the wind gets up. There's enough bunkers out there to trap the best players in the world. Those greens fast and firm enough to repel any shot that's not struck perfectly.
Good tee shot, good lie. Now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. So where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
It's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Just a little offline, so now, Frank, he's going to have to deal with the rough.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how strong he is.
Frank, the USGA was determined to hold a U.S. Open in the state of Washington. It had never hosted one before.
And it's determined, too, to go to sites that are more natural. We saw that with Pinehurst in 2014, the restoration by Corin Crenshaw, and we're seeing it with Chambers Bay. These are golf courses, I think, that any level of players can go out and play, rather than the U.S. Opens of the sort of the 80s and the 90s that were just so stringent.
In the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, I hope.
Slow down!
Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. Solid play, heart of the green.
Even par currently.
Frank, how do you explain what we saw here?
It's a mess. It's probably the easiest way to put it. This case of anything that could go wrong, not just probably, it did.
It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure.
Oh, I like that. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Now, the approach shot here at the 5th hole at Chambers Bay, and how difficult is this?
Well, it looks straightforward, but the second shot, once again, just semi-blind. You've got to be very aware of that little central bunker that's just short of the green. You're either going to have to go over it or around it.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot in there. Easy birdie.
Just 5 feet left. Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
No question.
And safely on the fairway.
Once again, a good lie. That makes such a difference. It takes so many variables out of play.
Birdie try up next. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
And you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. And getting ready for the putt.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in.
Drop shot. Well, Frank, what a stretch of tough par fours here at Chambers Bay. Now to the 7th, long uphill par 4 and a lot of trouble to the right.
Yeah, and it's all sand, that's for sure. If you miss the field on the left, then it's all green, so take your pick, really. But ideally, That green piece that the superintendent often mows each and every day, that's the place to go. And for US Open at 508 yards, if you miss that little green strip in this hole will be hazardous because you're going to play a lot longer than that uphill.
But I heard that too. I mean, I wouldn't know. I don't taste it. But bro, guess what I thought about the other day when I was playing spades? Man, it's such a terrible thing. Come to yourself first. That's how you get
That'll be a
crazy.
third shot here at the 7th, Frank, and this one is up the hill.
It is, and the green is sort of split into thirds. There's a little piece back left, there's a piece back right, and that bigger portion in the front. So once again, you've got to choose what shot am I trying to hit,
It was funny.
and do I
Yeah,
have the
that
right
really was
club?
funny. 'Cause I thought he knew what he was
Frank, you
doing.
like
and
his
he
chances
jumped
to
the
walk away with a
second
par
round.
here?
Well,
This
with a
young
good
don't know
shot,
what he's
Rich,
doing.
yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that.
But,
and you think, you just ride a
You
par
remember what
down
happened after that?
into the hole,
When you
don't
went in the
tell
other
anyone
room,
about it. It's
and I went in the other
certainly
room
won't
behind you,
affect the
and then went
scorecard at the
outside?
end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Superb shot.
That's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Just a couple of feet. Been a little too much of that, Frank. Just sort of ho-hum pars.
So that is the end of the second round, and unfortunately, the end of the tournament for our featured player, missing the cut.
They certainly didn't hit the magic number here for the tournament, Phil.